Hello, I'm Tim Payne, Superintendent of Ephrata School District, just finishing up my first year. And one of the things that I like to visit about is why we exist as Ephrata School District. And we exist for kids and learning. And it really is about two different parts. It's about kids and what do we believe about kids, and then it says and learning. It's not or learning, but it's and learning. On the kids side of it, we're really talking about kids as people first, and all of the social emotional things that they have, the lives, the background they come from, their family pieces, and kids have needs before learning. Maslow taught us about that. He said, if kids aren't safe and you're not taking care of their basic needs first, learning is further up the chain. And so I believe that Ephrata School District exists to take care of kids in that learning piece first. And when we do a really great job with that, we can transition that into the learning aspect. And the learning is really what kids are getting. A lot of times in school, we can get hooked up on, I taught this, or it's about adults, or it's about the business side of school, but it's not. All those things exist for kids to get learning. And so at the most simplistic level of the conversation, it's kids as people, and what are those needs first, those base needs. We want to meet those, we want to know about those, we want to care about our kids, and their learning, right? It's really about their learning, and what are we doing as a school district system to facilitate their learning. And that kind of goes along with my teaching model that's becoming really super important right now. Given the COVID, we're coming back from fall of 2020, and what does the school reopening look like, and how are we going to facilitate to all of the different kids and their learning. And so you can see how why we exist fits in with learning and our teaching and learning model. And the teaching and learning model really talks about the Google Chromebook that's going to be a one-to-one device for each one of our kids here at Ephrata, and then how the kid's going to interact and how the teacher is going to interact with that device. And so every teacher will utilize Google Classroom. They'll have a Google Classroom that they put up their essential learnings on that, and then the different tools that they'll use, whether it's Screencastify, or if it's a worksheet, or it's whatever they utilize in their classroom, working through Google Classroom, Screencastify, and other digital tools and analog tools. And so what's so neat about that is that the kids, parents, teachers, everybody work through that tool. So it doesn't matter if we have some kids that stay home, those kids can still get that rich content created by teachers. Teachers don't have to do it twice. Teachers do it once. They do it through those tools, and then they put that out. So if I'm a kid and I'm at home, man, it's just fantastic. I can still get that rich content. I can still have a teacher. I can still be part of the Ephrata School District. I can still have my teacher. I can still be contributing to the Ephrata School District. And that kid that's there with the teacher in the classroom, they're still utilizing that tool just the same. And so teachers do it one time, and then it can be consumed wherever they're at. What's really neat about that too is that's super agile. Why is that learning model so agile? Well, if the school gets closed down for some reason, like they get a huge influx of COVID folks, well, we can shut that school down, and you flip the switch and they're still doing it, right? That Google Chromebook, that Google Classroom works wherever they're at. When we also come out of COVID, this works as well, because if we have a kid who goes on vacation, kid gets sick, kid goes, different things happen, well, then again, they can take that group device with them. The Google Classroom still goes with them. The teacher still does what they do, and it's portable with them. So our teaching and learning model is really centered around that one-to-one device, our training kids on that device, and it doesn't really matter where they're at, and teaching teachers how to use that. And so it's universally true. Maybe in another video series, I'd be happy to maybe dive into that some more and what that means for Ephrata School District, our kids, our parents, and our families. But it's very versatile, and I'm pretty excited about it, how it facilitates kids and learning and our teaching and learning model as we move forward into the future.